Welcome to this Acupressure course. The Acupressure course we're going to do is go over a few of what I consider the simple techniques, simple combinations of points that can help you in everyday life, from headaches, neck aches, backaches, and so on. Acupressure has come from a long history, very much similar to acupuncture, so around about 5,000 years. And this history of understanding of energy is the key thing about it. And really what I'd like to do, and what my aim is with all of this, is to get you involved with your own process of healing, get you involved in your body, get you to understand how you can move, how you can press certain points, certain areas of the body that can bring relief in other areas. So basically this is a development course. It's developing you. It's not something that I really wanted to do so you go out there and start treating other people, or you can with friends and family, but it's not something that you're going to set a practice with. There's a lot more involved study for that to happen in this modern world. So really what we're looking at is get a little bit of the history, understand that it is an ancient art. It is from, and what I've brought it to you with, is the Taoist influence. And the Taoist influence, again, is an ancient way of understanding the nature of life, the cycle of life, how everything is interconnected. So we're sitting here in a little bit of a tropical paradise, and it's connected with many different things. It's connected in the way that the waves are coming in. It's connected with where the weather is from the trees and how they grow, the fruits which they bear, and how the people gather and how the people eat and how the people are affected from that aspect of nature. You go to another part of the world and people are affected in different ways with different weathers, different foods and everything else. And what we're looking to do is to find out, how do we fit in? I'm not from this area, I'm not from this part of the world, and initially coming here, quite difficult to get the body to make this adaptation. But once it starts to make the adaptation, things start to change. So what we're looking at within the course is for you to be able to check inside. So one of the things I ask you to do is to come down into this area here, which we call the Dantian, the lower Dantian. We have three Dantian. This is the lower Dantian, the middle Dantian, and the upper Dantian here. We're looking to breathe and bring the energy down to here, to settle ourselves, to become centered. So before we do a treatment on ourselves, before we start to alleviate aches and pains, just do a few breaths, breathing in, breathing out, letting the energy settle. Bring the mind to this area, bring the mind to here. So no watching TV, trying to do a phone or a text message while you're doing anything like this. It distracts you, takes the energy away. So in the Chinese way of saying it, for the mind, wherever the mind is, the chi is, the energy is. So if your mind is somewhere else, if it's in some other country with some other person, or thinking about what are you going to do tonight, the energy is going to be there. It's not going to be within you fully. And this is what I want, is this connection back inside. So another way of looking at the connection as well of being inside is, if you see through here, I'm sitting in quite a lot of green. What does the green do? How does it work in our system? The green, when I look at it in the 5 elements, relates to the wood element. A lot of trees here, the green relates to wood, and the wood is around the blood, the liver, the tendons, our organized thinking, all of these different things. So we could bring that color in, we can bring that energy in, and it starts to affect us. This is part of the connectedness, feet on the ground. So again, when you're doing the treatments in the Acupressure course, make sure you're in a nice position, nice place, back supported, using the breath, connected. If you can't, if you're living in the city, most places you can open a window and you can either get fresher air, or you can see trees, a park, or the sky. That connection to it helps the energy inside of our body. So just a change in the way we think, an attitudinal change, makes also the difference towards how we feel. So once we've got this connection, once we've used the breath, then we start working through some of the points. We're working through yin and yang. So a little explanation of yin and yang. Yin and yang, if we look at it in the body, we look at it in Chinese way, the left side being the male side is more yang, the right side being the feminine, the female side is more yin. When we're looking at the up and down of the body, so the down part from the waist down is connected to the yin. So is the yin aspect, the earth being yin. The upper part from the waist is the yang. The heaven above is yang. So the yang, as it comes down, meets the yin that comes up. Where does it meet? The dantian again. This is our center. This is where everything takes place from. So energetically, everything is going to come from here. So when we're using our hands in acupressure, you've got your center, you've connected to it. The energy when you start working is going to come up and move to the hand that's going to be doing the transmission, or the hand that is going to be doing the pressuring, or whatever. This one's going to be receiving, this one's going to be giving. So this would be in the female side, and when you're doing the pressure, it also becomes partly male because it's active and doing. And this one is receiving, so this is becoming more feminine and yin, even though it's the yang side. So we've got this change of energy. This is the interplay of the energies, and then we start to think about it differently and life differently. So the acupressure is not just finding points. And again, with the acupressure, we're not looking at the exactness of the point. So anybody who looks at it who's an actual acupuncturist might look at and say the point location is slightly off, or what we're doing is we're not looking for the exact point. We're looking for a broader area. And when we get that broader area and we have our mind and everything connected to it, there is changes that take place. So what I want you to do when you're doing this is have fun. I want you to get connected. I want you to experiment and play. I want you to start to mix a few of the points that we've used, because there are certain points that are going to be more beneficial than others, even though we might have put it into a category of blood pressure, and it might be that you use those points and you reduce headache. It might be that you use certain points that are for joint pain, and you might find it helps some other place in the body. So play with it, have fun with it, and also make a recording of it. Record what you've done. Write it down. Get another connection to yourself. Oh, I had a headache, I did these points, I slept better, I was hungry afterwards, all of these different ways. Now you're starting to get an understanding of the body, and this is what we want. It's taken me years to get to understand myself, my own body, how it functions, what I'm good with, what I'm not good with, and the same applies. You just have to keep on working with it. What we're used to in this modern world is going to someone else and saying, tell me what's wrong with me, give me a remedy, give me a pill, make me better. And then we got to do the same thing again. This is really about becoming aware. So this is an awareness course. This is also mindfulness, the mindfulness of the breath, the mindfulness of what you're doing. All of these things in Taoism are regarded the same thing. Yet in the West, we've split them up. We've put them into little portions. So we do a mindfulness course, we do a nutrition course, we do this course, and this, and this, and this, and split it up. As we've split it up, we've separated the wholeness. We've separated away from what is natural in a whole state. And that is what we're looking to do, keep it whole. Stay happy, practice, have fun. Let me know how you get on.